What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to News to the Sonics, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. My name is Ronnie, and today we're going to be covering a bit of Marvel's Wolverine. I'll be honest, there isn't really any sort of news regarding Marvel's Wolverine, but I do want to talk about the game's narrative and how that narrative is going to play out, possible featured X-Men, other Marvel character appearances, and more. Before we get started, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. I post videos just about every day. I talk about MCU news, Marvel stuff, mostly Spider-Man, especially Marvel Spider-Man 2. I've been making tons of theory and news videos about that, so if that stuff is for you, definitely subscribe. We're already approaching 9,000 subscribers, trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. Without further ado, let's continue. So, back in September 2021, we were surprised to see two back-to-back Marvel titles played towards the end. One being, of course, Marvel Spider-Man 2. What is this?
One who could push.
Oh my god! And one for Marvel's Wolverine.
Are they doing another Marvel They're doing a Wolverine game! They're doing Wolverine! We're getting a Wolverine solo game!
Ever since then, we haven't really received any news regarding the adamantium clawed mutant, but I can say that with certainty that Insomniac Games will be bringing the human mutant that is Wolverine to life with amazing, stunning, next-gen visuals and, of course, ray tracing. You all saw that trailer. I'm thinking the game is going to look close to that. Keep in mind that there have been quite a few Wolverine titles that were released in the past gen consoles over the years, but we haven't received a full-fledged Wolverine title since X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was released back in 2009 for the PS3, Xbox 360, PC, Nintendo Wii, and DS. But to get a solo title for the first time in, let's say, 15 years, assuming the game is going to be coming out sometime in 2024, is crazy. Like I said, there isn't really an update on the game, but I'm hoping that we may get an even more precise release date announcement in Q1 of 2022. Honestly, that sounds a little too soon, but it's possible. As for what the narrative could be, I've briefly touched upon that topic in one of my older videos from late last year titled, "Will Marvel's Wolverine be open world like Marvel Spider-Man?" And to that, I still say no, but it'll most likely be semi-open world and play similarly along the lines of God of War or even The Last of Us, which is fine by me. Honestly, a character such as Wolverine doesn't really need an open world. I wouldn't really know how to make something like that work. But if Insomniac Games manages to make it work with their magic, kudos to them. As a matter of fact, someone in the comment section of my Wolverine video I just mentioned came up with the idea of having an open world Wolverine game, but you'd traverse with your motorcycle. Question is, what city will this game take place? Madripoor? How ambitious does Insomniac Games want this game to be? These are the sort of questions we want the answers to. You know, I've come across a couple of articles regarding the fear of having X-Men appearing in the Wolverine game, and to that I say, you should have no fear. It could end up being a post-credit scene. When the X-Men first appeared in the comics, Wolverine wasn't even a part of the roster, which is why I believe this game is going to follow only Wolverine. No Professor Xavier, no Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast, or any of the other X-Men should be appearing in this game. I'm sure the mutant term will be thrown around and maybe we'll be getting some Easter eggs, but nothing too obvious or thrown at our faces for that matter. Personally, I don't want this Wolverine game to be something out of the ordinary or spectacular. Honestly, I find the grounded stories involving our heroes to be the best kinds of stories, like the Logan film we got back in 2017. I did just theorize that Wolverine can also take place before we meet the X-Men, but it's also possible that it can take place after Wolverine flies solo to Madripoor, after the X-Men are presumed dead and Wolverine is looking to get revenge. All of these stories could be a possibility, but in the end, time will tell. As for the continuity, it still remains unclear whether or not Marvel's Wolverine is canon to Marvel Spider-Man, or if it even takes place in the same universe. It should be canon. The game is being made by the same developer who brought us the Spider-Man games. As for what gen console, or better yet, if it'll be available across multiple platforms like PlayStation 5, Xbox One X, and PC, it's most likely going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Insomniac Games is a Sony PlayStation company now thanks to the acquisition from PlayStation. Sorry Xbox and PC owners, if you were hoping it would be available on one of those platforms, Don't despair because the game is long away from being released, and I'm sure by then you'll be able to find yourself a PlayStation 5. That's all I got for you tonight. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in, but I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time now, and I'm glad I was able to discuss it. I know it kind of seems like a nothing burger since there isn't really news about Marvel's Wolverine, but I thought I'd share this information with you. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.